guys, welcome back to a bonus episode of Hysterical. I'm Amber.
I'm Tiffany. And Haley's here.
Yes, Haley Bob. I will never not call her Haley Bob. Even though Caleb doesn't like me calling her that. Her name's not Bob.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know. I don't even know on that. But.
So you finally heard about the whole Adam Lavine alleged affair?
Yes, but I heard more about it.
Okay, what did you hear?
I heard that there was other girls that came forward too. So there was a woman another girl came forward. She's like some blonde Instagram chick or whatever. Uh-huh. She claims that they had a thing and like she would never compliment him or whatever. But like all of the DMs that she shows, it's her reaching out to him. Like a ton and like, oh, I'm so in love with you and like all that stuff. And then a yoga instructor. Have you heard about that one?
No. I heard that there were multiple women that came forward, but I didn't go into... I had kind of already made up my mind about the situation, and so I didn't really look into it any further.
Well, supposedly a yoga instructor that was his came forward and said that he sent a flirtatious message to her, and her, I would call a psycho boyfriend, saw it and got mad. Uh-huh. And she was like, oh no, I think that was probably meant for his wife and not me, watch. And so she like said like, oh, that was meant for your wife, right? And he like ghosted her, which resulted in her boyfriend getting furious and breaking her wrist or something.
Oh wow, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, and then so she reached out to Adam and told him like, this is what happened because of your flirtatious text message. Mm-hmm. Totally ghosted her. And then one other girl came forward and was like, we need to stop the stigma of like women being called home wreckers. Like, he's the one that's in a relationship. He should be loyal. I have
so many opinions.
You first. I have my opinions. Okay. You first.
So, first of all, if all this stuff is happening, and if they're coming forward, where are the receipts? Where are the text messages? Where are plans to meet up? Where are all this stuff?
Well, in the first one with Sumner, we know that they did meet up because he was like, you're hot in person, and she's like, so are you.
Right, yeah. But somehow she's involved in, like, the scene.
Okay.
So we don't know... Was it just them meeting up? Did they meet up at a function? Like, you know?
Yeah. That
like,
makes
just
sense.
because you meet, like, if she's in some sort of, whether it's modeling industry, because she's an Instagram model, isn't she?
Yeah, that's what she, yeah.
His wife is a model. If she's an up-and-coming model...
She's an actual model,
yes,
though.
I know, but what I'm saying is that it's possible that there was a function for... amateur models and professional, whatever.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
right.
or a fashion event.
Right.
That they were both at.
That's true.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they both, oh, okay, meet me at this hotel at this time, and you know, or let's go out to dinner, or anything like that.
One of the girls that came forward, the receipts, I guess he said, like, something about, like, oh, come over here and, like, F with me or something.
Right.
But it's like, he's a serial DMer is what that is.
Yeah, and
okay.
Sorry if you guys hear any background noises. My thing is, how do we know that these screenshots are legit?
They show, like, them going into their Instagram, them pulling up, this is his verified account.
Well, because Sumner, hers was screenshots, not screen recordings.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
So,
that's why if it's a screen recording, that is slightly more believable.
Well,
there's still a way to edit it, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, Adam Lavine came forward. You know, about
I heard vaguely. I didn't get to...
basically, he's denying the allegations that it was going on for a year. He does say, like, he does acknowledge and take responsibility for the text messages and messages. He's like, yes, it happened. It was a bad time within my life of when it happened. You know, Haley. Like, it did happen. I feel so bad for, like, my wife, and, like, why would I ruin...
Okay, so it seems like maybe he was looking for outside validation. He was looking for validation from women that weren't his wife.
Well, at the end of his, like, statement, he says, like, we're gonna work together. I'm gonna work for my family, for us to get back together, and we're gonna be together, and this is, you know, he's like, and I take full responsibility for basically being a pig.
Okay, yeah. So he was, again, looking for attention outside of his marriage, which is wrong. As far as if you are a woman and you know a man is in a relationship, is married, and you knowingly flirt with this man, go out with this man, have any sort of relation with this man, you are a homewrecker. That is not to say that this man isn't this horrible person for cheating on his wife.
Well, Sumner claims that that he stated they weren't, that the marriage wasn't anymore, and I guess like any pictures or posts that were being posted was just to keep up appearances. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So like, okay, but here's my thing. From what that other girl said about like, oh, we should stop blaming the other woman, like he should be loyal. I agree to an extent.
Yes.
Now, what I mean by that is like, in a normal situation for people like you and I, if a man is saying, oh, this is over with, like, we're not together, and he's like, yeah, I left my ex or my wife or whatever, it's okay for us to be together. Okay, you're not seeing anything. It's not so mainstream where you're, like, famous to where everything's out there.
You're not in the public eye.
Yeah, so it's I feel like women are easily, it's more like, I didn't know I was the other woman. In a normal situation compared to a public eye situation.
Okay, but I feel like it's like a man saying, me and my wife are getting a divorce. We're separated. But due to circumstances, financially, they're on a lease for their place. We currently live together. I'm like, okay, then hit me up when you're not living with her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, or I want to meet her. If you're serious about us being in a relationship, I want to meet her.
I'll meet. Because you guys are living together.
Because you guys are living together,
and that's gonna prove that, like,
if she's fine with meeting your girlfriend, then cool. All right, you guys aren't together. You know.
Yeah.
And in the same way, okay, if you guys need to keep up appearances, then, if you're seriously interested in me, we can revisit this later.
I feel like I said, the only time it's acceptable is like, say they don't live together, and they're like, and he was like,
oh yeah, if they don't live together, then it's like,
you kind of have to take their word.
You have to take their word for it.
But when you're in the public eye, I feel like there's no excuse. Like, you know that they're together. He's posting about like, oh, my family.
It's like, if you're posting, okay, when you get to a point where you no longer have to fake your marriage because that's what you're saying you're doing,
then hit me up. Yeah, because then it's like secrecy.
It would be like a guy, oh, I'm not with her anymore. We're not married. I don't live with her. Whatever. This is my own place, you know.
Right.
But I'm not going to post about you. I'm not going to post that we're out on a date. I'm not going to post that we're... Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like you're not being honest.
But all the receipts when people are coming forward, like, a lot of it's more like the one with the handbraking thing. Right. That I don't think that they had any messages. Like, there was nothing. She, like, posted it as an Instagram story, like, just the writing, like, of what she was saying. And then a lot of stuff, it's like, yeah, was he being kind of a pig? Well, like, yeah, but... for like two of the girls,
right?
But then there's really nothing. Like, there's nothing.
I just feel like it is being blown out of proportion. He is in the wrong 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that he isn't, but I feel like in a day and age where cancel culture is such a huge thing, like, what is, like, how do you know? How do you know that all of these women are being 100% honest with their stories and they're not just hopping on the bandwagon?
Well, hold up.
Okay.
Did you hear about Sumner, though? That she's into, like, married men? So some guy came forward. I can't remember his name. I probably should have took a screenshot. I will send it to you later.
Okay.
This guy came forward, and I guess he does like this series, maybe like on YouTube or like whatever. And she hits him up and like, he's a dad, and she's like, oh, like I really like this series or whatever. And he's like, thanks. And she says something along the lines of like doing something together. And she's like, I'd love to call you daddy sometime. And he was like, no. And she's like, oh, you're the type of guy that won't cheat on your wife or something. Like, she's straight up.
And again, it's like, just like I'm not going to take these women's, like, their stories as 100% fact. Like, this man, okay, why is he shaming her and, like, making her look bad because she's outing Adam Lavine?
Oh, so she was like, hey, I love your something dad series. He's like, hey, thanks. I'd like to call you daddy. And then she was like, no, thanks, ma'am. And then he doesn't even look, I mean.
He's not a conventionally attractive man.
Right. And then she's like, oh, I see. You're one of those who doesn't cheat on his wife, huh? And he was like, I don't. Well, I hope your new film, Angel Shot, Origins, the Omega Endgame, fails and you don't get any views.
Okay, so did he click on her profile? Do we see him?
No, I want to find the original. The Scumbag Dad is his TikTok.
So my thing is, like, again, this is screenshots. This isn't even screen recordings, which you could still edit screen recordings.
Yeah.
He could edit her picture on the side. He could edit her name on top. He could have made a conversation. Yeah. But not only that, he could have made a fake Instagram profile with her Instagram picture, like her main picture, and had a conversation back and forth with himself.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's just, you don't know.
It's too easy to fake Haley.
Kitty cat.
It's too easy to fake conversations now, I feel like.
Yes, it 100% is. 100% is.
Yeah.
And I feel like because cancel culture has become such a thing, that's why people are so skeptical in a sense to just take somebody's word.
Well, I feel like a lot of people actually aren't angry with Adam Lavine at all. Like,
no,
nobody's
but
really
I feel like
batting an eye.
because cancel culture had become such a thing and people were being canceled for everything and anything and all of these allegations, not even proof behind it.
Yeah.
That people are a little bit more like, okay, we can't just, oh, this is what was said. This is what somebody says happened. We don't follow this person. We don't like this person. We don't support this person.
Yeah.
All because of what somebody said without actual concrete evidence behind it.
I think the fact that he acknowledged it and like he's not saying like I didn't do anything. I did do something wrong, not to the extent that these people are saying, but I take responsibility. The only thing that matters to me is my family, and I'm working to like.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he takes responsibility is big on his part because he could stand up there and be like, "Oh, they're lying, this and that."
Yeah.
But he's not doing that. He took responsibility. So, did he make inappropriate comments?
For sure.
Yeah, he's owning up to that. What do you consider cheating in a relationship? Like, if you were his wife, and if his story is the truth, where he did not physically do anything with these women, and all he did was make inappropriate comments.
Okay, so obviously the main cheat, like physical stuff, that's cheating.
Yes.
I do believe that there's a such thing as emotional cheating.
Definitely.
So if you're like seeking validation or compliments or flirting with other people, I feel like that's grounds for cheating because you should only want that from your significant other. I think that unless there is some sort of understanding of flirtatiousness between you and your partner, then it's okay. And what I mean by that is between me and Curtis, right? So when I would stream on YouTube or like on TikTok, I think on my TikTok, a lot of people think I'm single because I haven't posted anything of him. And he was just like, I just don't want to be on TikTok. And just like, I'm like, that's totally fine.
Sense,
But a lot of people think I'm single. So if this is going to sound so bad, but if I'm like streaming or I'm live streaming and people are donating to me and they're saying like, oh, you're so beautiful. And it's like, oh, thank you. Like,
okay, well, there's a difference between accepting a compliment and
Oh, flirting back.
Flirting back.
Yeah, I guess, like, he's okay with me accepting the he's, like, well, he's just generally okay with, like, me getting, like, over-the-top compliments, unless they're not, like, being pigs with me. But, like, he's like, well, if they be a pig with you and they send you $100, well, then just kind of suck it up, buttercup. Like, you know? Right. But I just think that the only thing is, like, emotionally... Like, if you're texting if you have to hide whatever you're doing from your significant... It's cheating.
Yes.
If you don't want them to know, you're cheating.
Also, if your partner were to do the same thing, and you would be upset about it, it's cheating.
Yep, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
You shouldn't be... Not even probably, you should not be doing it.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's, like... A lot of people don't think about that. It's like... Well, I don't think it's a big deal. Well, if you're hiding it, it's cheating. And if your significant other was doing exactly what you were doing and you wouldn't be okay with it, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Exactly.
But, I mean, people do it anyways.
Yeah. Do you think that a relationship can survive cheating?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. If it's emotional cheating,
right,
where there was nothing physical, I feel like you can come back from that. I think that it was more of like a
Haley Bob.
I think it's more of like on some emotional level, you guys weren't meeting each other. There was being something wasn't
right.
Something
right.
To an extent though of the emotional cheating, and I'll get into that. But if it's physical, I don't think so, because you went and found that person. You went and started doing
there was so much more
premeditated, yeah, exactly, than it is action. To send a text or whatever. But that's not to say that Haley that's not to say the emotional aspect of it, like, I think if it's a first time offense, we can work through it.
Right.
If it's constant and it's like a lot, then there's something that you need to figure out. It's serial
cheating, and it's more to it than just a one-time lapse in judgment.
Exactly. And at that point, I think if you're in just a relationship... Oh, okay. This is chalk, honey. If you're in a relationship, like, where you're not married, it's like, well, bye. You know? But if you're married, I think, okay, then there are, like, you can go to, like, marriage, like, therapy or whatever, figure out... But
well, couples counseling isn't just for married people. You can go to couples counseling and just be in a relationship.
I think I honestly, like, when it comes to the whole cheating thing, it depends on the stage of the relationship.
Yeah. And
how invested
you are in the relationship. Yeah. I understand that.
Because, like, and then, like, also, like, contributing factors. You have kids. Do you guys live together? Whatever other, like...
I will say that I feel like some people take the whole, we have kids excuse too far.
Like, to excuse behavior?
Not just to excuse behavior, but, like, for staying in a marriage or in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm guilty of that.
I know.
I'm guilty of that for a lot of it.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Curtis is not the father of my kids. We've been together for 6 months, but my ex, I was with on and off for like 6 years, but I've known him for 8. Yeah. And that was like, I'm with because we have children together, or it was just my son at the time. Because we have our son, and then when my daughter was born, I was just like, no.
I know your big thing was you wanted Caleb to have mom and dad together.
Well, yeah, I wanted basically what... Oh, yeah. Thank you. I wanted basically what I didn't have growing up.
Right.
I wanted... But it's a weird thought to think of my mom and my dad. Or our mom and my dad together.
No,
like,
I get
just
that.
doesn't...
I get that.
But I wanted that family dynamic.
Yes, I get it.
And so, it's something... as a girl, or even just in general, it's like something you think about, like, I want the family thing. I want to get married. I want to build a family and be together forever or whatever. But when it doesn't go your way and you get a curveball, it's like a huge adjustment. Hi, Haley.
I know. I told you multiple times, because I've seen relationships where they're trying to work it out and it's just like, dude, just like, no, just stop.
I feel like it hurts more the kids than it does.
Well, like I told you this, it would be so much better for your children to see hopefully two happy, healthy parents apart, or at least one, instead of two parents together completely miserable and fighting all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And looking back, I'm just like, I wish I could have realized that then, because like now I'm like super happy in this really healthy relationship, and Caleb and Haley are seeing what it is to be in a healthy relationship, how you communicate effectively and like better, you know?
Right.
But my God.
I know.
Have you ever been in a relationship, like I guess in high school, where you had like a really toxic person? Or were you always like the one to just like leave before it got like...
Okay, so I had one, before my husband, I had one serious relationship. And it was also my first really like relationship.
Are you talking about the R?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the full story on this, to be honest.
Okay, so we were together for almost a year and a half. I had a lot of trauma from childhood, growing up.
Hey,
a lot of trauma from, you know, my childhood and growing up, and I did not know how to have a healthy relationship. So if anything, I was probably the toxic one.
Oh, for real?
Probably, yes.
I think maybe, I don't think toxicity as in like narcissistic and stuff like that. I think more of like boundary, like relationship boundaries.
I didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like.
Okay.
Right. And so eventually he broke up with me, and I was devastated. I mean, I did not eat. I didn't get, I had to go to school.
Yeah.
Because I was like 16 at the time, I think. Or 17? No, 16.
Okay.
So I had to go to school.
Did you guys have classes together?
What?
Did you guys have classes?
No, he was a year older than me.
Oh, so he was already out or what?
No, he was a senior. I was a junior.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
oh, like
the
older
senior...
man. You still do with your husband.
Yeah, it was his senior year because we had went to homecoming together. We had went to, they had like a Sadie Hawkins or backwards dance, whatever. We went to that together and everything. And it was his senior year. And, but it was really bad. I took it very hard. Like I said, I would get up, I would go to school, I'd come home, I'd go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Like, it, for a long time, for like 3 years.
Oh, gosh, Haley.
And then I started dating and having relationships, but I was never fully invested in these relationships. I always had my guard up. I was never... whatever the word is. Like, I basically...
Invested?
Yeah, I was never invested. I never allowed myself to get invested and to get attached.
You didn't want to get hurt again. That's
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would... Basically, it was like this... It wasn't an actual rule that I had, but it turned out this way that after 3 months, I was like, all right, peace out.
Oh, wow.
Because if you think about it, those first 3 months... It's exciting. It's new. You're getting to know this person.
Stage.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, once those 3 months are over, it's like, I pretty much know the kind of person you are. Like, I know major things about you, and the novelty starts to wear off.
Right.
So I'd be like, all right, deuces. Like, I'm out.
Damn! Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a flip of a script, though. Like, you feeling like you were the toxic one after.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And... then it's like in the midst of all this, like I didn't have this like, okay, like I'm ready to settle down or I'm ready to actually like try to have a relationship. But I just ended up meeting Alan.
And he was like, I'm not going nowhere, bitch.
I can't even tell you how many times I tried breaking up with him. And he was just like, nope. Like, you're stuck with me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And here we are 11 and a half years later with 2 kids, and we've been married for like 3 years or something.
Oh, wow. I don't think I ever had a... What? Yeah, it's chalk. I don't think I ever had... Well, I guess with my first boyfriend, which was not that serious. Like, I cried when we broke up and all that stuff. But it wasn't, like, devastatingly... Like, I was upset about it. And I think what was more upsetting was because everyone was telling me that he cheated on me.
Right.
And then also, it was so confusing because he broke up with me. And that was, like, on, like, a Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So, Saturday, Sunday, no school. And then that Monday, I went to school, and we had, like a hangout spot. And I was sitting on top of, like, a brick wall that's relatively high.
Right.
And so, I'm just sitting there messing on my phone. And I'm kind of sitting with, like, my legs open a little bit. Because I sit like a dude, apparently. And so, I'm sitting on the brick wall messing.
Join the club.
Right? I'm messing on my phone, and he, like, swoops in and, like, stands between my legs but facing, like, away from me.
Right.
Where, like, I would, in a relationship, you would play with his hair, rub his back, hug him.
Have your arms
and
wrapped
I'm
around
just,
him.
like, I lean back, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right?
This is so confusing. And he was doing that, rubbing my leg, and then I'm like, are we together? And he's like, no, we're just friends. And I'm like, when did I sign up for the just friends thing?
And
like,
this is not how friends act.
No, and it was super confusing. And I think in an essence, he wanted FWB.
Yeah.
That's what it made me feel like.
Yeah.
And it was so hard to move on and date somebody else at that school because they would see that and think I was still with him.
Yeah, I get that.
And then I dated a guy that is the cousin of Gregory.
Oh, right.
And yeah, like I don't even know. I'm not like he was very sweet, but he wanted to smoke pot. And I'm like, okay, like at that time in high school, I was like, all right, you know, go have fun, like whatever. It's not my thing, but okay. And so he asked me to come to the school, which took me like an hour because I had to walk.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I walked all the way to school, got there, and he was like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to blaze it with my friends real fast, and I'll come right back. Never came back. Right. He was supposed to take me home. All my friends conjured up all the change to get me on the bus, and one of them went on the bus all the way home with me just to make sure I got home okay.
Wow.
Super nice. His name's Steven. Steven, if you're listening to this, like, I love you because, like, you were just, like, the sweetest.
I have a Steven.
You have a Steven, too?
I have a Steven. He used to... Oh my gosh. He was my escape.
Really?
Yes. Like, he would come to the house and park outside in front of the house, and I would get in the car, and I could just vent, and I could just cry.
Oh. And what happened to your Steven?
He moved. But, like, we still, like, stay in touch a little bit here and there.
My Steven doesn't really talk. Well, we're friends on Facebook, but we don't really talk that much.
We're friends on Facebook. We don't talk that much. Like, we go through, like, catch up, and then, like,
I can't even remember the last time I talked to him. I think I was in high school.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I used to go to his place. And, like, I remember his mom and stuff like that. And, like, I remember just, like, chilling on his bed. I feel like I would even, like, take naps there. And, like, he'd be playing video games or something. But
oh, wow.
Honestly, like, during high school, like, that was, like, my safe space. Like, it wasn't during high school. I'm sorry. This was after high school. But, with all the chaos that was going on, like, he was literally, like, my safe space. I actually ended up dating, like, one of his really good friends.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of my 3-month, like, stints.
And was he like, what'd you do to my friend, man?
No,
you left him in the dust.
He wasn't. Like, I don't feel like he was like that. I feel like it was very hard because, like, I feel like he really cared about me. And then, like, of course, he really cared about his guy friend.
Yeah.
So it's just, like... honestly, if he cared, he was probably just like, just don't, like, hurt each other.
Right.
You know?
I get you.
Like, I don't know if he cared that much, but yeah, he was very much so, like, I feel like if he did, it was just like, just don't hurt each other because I love you both. Like,
I think the closest guy friend that I had, like, even though, Steven, he was, like, there for me through, like, that, but I think it's because, like, he liked me in a way that I was just like, we're just friends.
Right.
So that happens.
Yeah.
But the one person that was there for me a lot, and it's gonna trip you out, because he taught till this day, like, he's still there for me, and he'll, like, help me invent, is Gregory.
Oh, okay.
Which is, like, he's so closed off.
He
and
is.
like,
he's very, yeah.
But not with me.
That's
like,
funny.
he's very open, and, like, you know how mean he is to his mom. He is so
Such a
mean.
dick.
Exactly.
He yes to his mom, but literally to everybody.
Not me though. He's such a
especially-
sweetheart. Like,
So funny.
I'm just like, who are you? Because like, he's super kind and nice, and I'm like, why aren't you like this all the time? Like, people need to see this part of you. Like, you're really cool dude. And he's just like,
No.
yeah, exactly. Nah. I'm like, he's like, this is like my secret life.
yeah. Nobody gets to see the side. No, I
Exactly.
get that. Yeah. Oh man.
That's crazy though. I would have. I mean, this whole. There was another actor. I think. I know James Franco had an stuff too that came out.
I never even.
Did you ever see? Speaking of things coming out, Chris Evans on his Twitter. Oh, it was a while ago.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I saw, yeah.
Of course we saw.
Well, just recently, Tommy Lee on his Instagram.
Oh yes.
Whoop, I'm just like, okay, as if the world hasn't seen it enough.
I mean, that was I wasn't expecting that, but I was like, okay. I mean, more power to you, I guess.
Right.
Here's a controversial question. OnlyFans. How do you feel about it? Not like if you. What is that noise?
It's the guinea pig.
Oh, I was like, all I hear is it's like a seal, like a mini seal. What is your thoughts on OnlyFans?
I don't have thought. Like, okay.
Like, okay, so say
You're a content creator, just like if you do a podcast or you do YouTube or you do TikToks, like you're just doing adult content.
I feel like a lot of people will be like, oh, I do OnlyFans, so you do porn. No, I don't. But that's what you're doing.
Well, it depends because not all OnlyFans is.
I'm talking about
porn.
Specifically
the people that are recording themselves
doing
things to themselves or with others.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so you're a porn star. You do porn. No, I do OnlyFans. It's the same thing.
I feel like maybe when they think of porn or pornography, they think of...
It's like more negative than...
No, I think it's more of a... What was I trying to say? Like... production, a porn star, this and that, okay?
Okay.
Where there's no... It's them with, I mean, they might have like a good setup, but that's not necessarily how they start out. Whereas... I don't know, like, they are in adult entertainment. That's what I would call it.
Right.
That's, yeah.
I mean, it's basically like if you're a model, like, whether you're an Instagram model or a mainstreamed model, to an essence, I think.
I feel like there's a difference. Like, people try to be Instagram models with their cell phone, and I'm not saying that they're not, but...
The level of effort and...
You can
aesthetic.
You can be in adult entertainment and not be a porn star. I feel like a porn star is like...
You get around.
It's not just that you get around, it's that you are well known. You make money, like money off of it. And this is something where there is a producer and there is a director and you have a casting agent and
But not all porn is... There's amateur porn.
Yes, no, I know. Well, what I'm saying is, again, they do porn. They're in the adult entertainment industry, but they're not a porn star.
Okay, I get what
so
you're saying.
So you can be an Instagram model, but you're not a supermodel.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That reminds me of like that joke where they're like, "What do you do for work?" "I'm a model." What kind of model? An Instagram model. "What do you do for work?" "I'm a sniper." Haley, "I'm a sniper in the army." "No, in Call of Duty."
I knew it was gonna go there. Did you hear how like for a while?
Jesus.
Okay, let's pause.
Can you stop? You psycho.
Okay. Did you hear how for a while people that did OnlyFans were like, "Oh, I'm an accountant"?
Accountant?
Yes. I don't know why that was a thing, but they call themselves accountants
because they didn't want to like say that
it was like a code word. Everyone knew what it meant.
Okay.
But I think it started off as a joke of like people ask, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And I'm an accountant, because that's a profession where it's like you really don't ask too many questions. Like, okay, you deal with numbers. Like,
oh, okay.
You know, I think that's where it started. I'm not positive. I just remember on TikTok it was everywhere.
So, my dad, I like how I bring my dad into this, is like, please don't ever do OnlyFans. I'm like, no, dude. Like, that's just not my thing. Like, no. And so he's like, you should do Feet Finder.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, you just take pictures of your feet and you'll get paid for it. And I'm like, what? That's a thing?
Yeah, it is a thing.
And I know there's like where people like wear socks and they send like, they mail that or underwear.
Like, yeah.
And I'm just like, ugh, it's so
I mean,
nasty.
my thing is like, if you can make money off of it and you want to do it and somebody's willing to pay for it, all the power to you. Go for it.
I'm just like, I told my dad, I'm like, and I told Curtis too, I was like, I will set up a text me or a text now or whatever, and you could pay me to just pretend to be your girlfriend. Just, I'll text you.
The girlfriend experience.
Exactly.
A lot of the OnlyFans girls do the girlfriend experience.
But that's like with like pictures and stuff,
no, not
right?
necessarily.
Oh, how
it could be like a non-sexual girlfriend experience where it's like, how's your day? Good morning. I hope you're having a good day.
I mean, I
maybe
put
like
that much
a regular selfie, but not necessarily something sexual. It just depends.
That's a thing.
It's
would that be considered cheating?
Well, again, it depends because there are girls that are on OnlyFans that do solo content that flirt with their clients, viewer clients, whatever you want to call them, and they're in relationships.
I think that's a conversation that you have to have with your...
It is definitely a conversation that you have to have with your significant other and set boundaries and all that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the same kind of stuff when it came to porn, too. When you're dating a porn star because you are doing something intimate with somebody else.
Well, yeah. Anything that's an adult entertainment, I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had. And I feel... Like, here's another thing. I feel like men that... talk to these women or like try to start a relationship and expect them to change their profession, like, no.
Just because you got with them knowing that they did this, you can't like
expect them to like change careers, basically.
Yeah, like you were fine with it then. With
now, or even if it's just their hobby.
That's true.
Like, yeah. And I'm just gonna say this: I actually prefer OnlyFans. The idea, I should say, of OnlyFans over, like, just porn.
Why? Oh, because it's more like just you and your partner or yourself? Or
I meant more of, like,
the structure of it, or?
I meant more, let me say what I'm going to say. I meant more like, porn is just so easily accessible, where OnlyFans, you can only view it if you have an account, if you pay for it, all this stuff, you know?
Oh, okay. But that, for some porn, you have to pay for it.
For some, but do you know how much free is out there?
Oh, that's true.
Like,
I get what you're... Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're very involved right now.
She is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A kiss?
Kisses? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
She loves me. I'm going to cut out so much and just leave that part in where she kisses me.
You're ridiculous.
I'm her favorite. Don't be jealous.
Like, there's times where she'll, like... You want to know when she gives me a kiss? And this sucks.
When she wants something?
When I'm mad at her.
Oh, she's like, but mommy, I love you.
Yes. I'm like, I said no. And she's like, eh. And then she starts crying. And then she looks at me. She's like, giving me kisses. And I'm like, get away from me. And at that point,
that manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
Allison used to do that.
See, I'm all like, get away from me. I'm not like gonna accept that. Like, give me a kiss when it's like when I want it, not when I'm mad at you, little pawn.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. We were talking about it on the phone. So, okay, when I get gas, if I'm not filling it up or whatever, say I put like, I'm just gonna put like $20 or something. And like, say I'm not paying attention and I'm like, oh no, it's at like $21 and like 50 cents or like 52 cents or whatever. I'll round it up to the nearest dollar. So it's like $22 or in increments of like 5. So, like, it's, like, 20, or not even 5. Like, if it's not 5s, it needs to be, like, an even number. So, like, 34 or, like, 42 or, like, something. And if it's in 5s, then 45 or 50 or whatever. You're weird.
How am I weird? First of all, when I put gas, I just fill up my tank, okay? Like,
Okay, but, like, if it goes click and then it's, like, you pay...
And then my thing is full, and I'm not going to go over because it tells you don't do that.
I do that. So I do this. My dad does this. Everyone I know does this. If it goes click and you're like at 43, like 52, I'm going to put in the cents to have it at 44, whatever number I said. So it goes up to the nearest dollar. Like, it's just weird to have it like some like random ass number.
What satisfies me is knowing that my gas tank is full.
But the numbers.
Okay, but look. It has to be multiples of 3 then.
Why 3?
Because that's my number.
Okay.
That's my number. It has to be in multiples of 3, okay? Like, my vape is at 33.6 now. But
Okay.
33, it's 3 or multiples of 3.
So have you ever had your gas tank at $33.33?
No, I haven't.
Oh!
But I would be like, I am going to buy a lottery ticket. Like,
so you can, okay.
Yeah, if it ever landed on, like, $33.33 on its own without me forcing it, I would go out and buy a lottery ticket. But, yeah, everything has to be...
On itself. When is it ever... No, you gotta go click, 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 click to get it there.
No! Like, if I fill up my tank...
Okay.
And say I fill it up and I don't wait until it's, like, a quarter of a tank and, whatever,
And it just happens somewhere?
Yes.
No, I'm not talking about what it lands on.
No. What I'm saying is that if it did it on its own...
Then you'd buy a
Then I'd buy a lottery ticket.
Oh,
if I had to force it, it's not the same thing.
I just think it's like, I don't know. I'm like, it has to... I have to see it. The numbers just have to, like... It just has... I can't even... Words, I don't know. It just has to kind of, like... It looks nice. I don't want some just random sequences of numbers.
I think... I think what I like is... My tank is full. Like it is full. It is.
But, okay... But that's where we differ, is that my tank will be full, but if it's a random sequence of numbers, I have to round it up for the nearest, like, change or dollar.
And I won't do that because it tells you not to. That once it's full,
How
it's
many
full.
people actually listen to that,
I don't know. I do. I'm sure
Imagine you're the only one.
Oh my god. Please let me know. Look, if you're listening to this on YouTube, please let me know that I'm not the only one that actually doesn't force more gas into my gas tank.
Because it's not exactly all the way full. You have more of a gap. That's just the gas, like, sensor that's like, okay, click, you're done. But
okay, but if my sensor is telling me that it's full, then it's full.
But you have to have the changer, like, to the nearest dollar.
No.
Like, or your increment of 3.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be increment of 3, like a multiple of 3. If it's either gonna end in a 3 or it's gonna be a multiple of 3.
Okay, and imagine you're like, okay, let me click it's for the multiple of 3, and then it goes over one number because it's everyone's had that happen.
And that's the thing. It's like, why am I gonna? And then I'm gonna end up putting in like $3 more. It's like, no. I'm just gonna be satisfied with the fact that my gas tank is full. And there.
It'll bug me. Like, how many people they're like, oh, I gotta round up.
I think maybe that's why I don't get the receipt.
But you're looking at it too.
I'm like, not looking at it.
I'm gonna put $40. You put $40.
I don't do that.
Wait, or how? Like, say you know how much it costs to put. Say you know how much it costs to fill up your tank. Say it is $40. Okay. Here, Haley, and you're at $39 and like 98 cents, and you're like, okay, 2 more pennies, and you go 40.01.
I don't look at the thing. I don't look at the thing.
Weird.
I Apple Pay, okay?
Put it in and walk away.
Put it in. Wait for it to click. Okay, click there. Make sure that the keypad, like for where you pay at, it's like thank you.
Done.
It's like done, and like I don't have to worry about anybody stealing money from
yeah.
putting gas in. And I walk away. I don't care how much my gas is.
If y'all could see my face of disbelief right now. Like, that is so weird. Okay, well, I mean, agree to disagree. That's where I'm at right now.
Like, but everything for me is 3s or multiples of 3s. It has to end in a 3 or it has to be a multiple of 3. So, like, my vape, when I go on the treadmill, when I go to the gym, like, when I do the volume on my TV.
You're kidding me.
No, I swear. Everything is,
It's at 33 or 23
no,
or
like,
26?
I prefer it to be a multiple of 3 or for it to end in a 3.
Ew. Well, I don't know why it's...
Some people prefer zeros.
Okay, so that's my thing. So, yes, Haley. For volume on the TV, it has to either end in a 0, be even, or 5s.
Oh, okay. No, mine has to be 3 or a multiple of 3.
So 0, 5s, or has to be even. If it's like 27, like no, I can't.
See, so mine could be 21. Okay, because 7 times 3 is 21.
Oh no.
Or it could be 23, because
No.
even though it's not a multiple of 3, it ends in a 3.
No.
Yes.
No, I can't.
Yes,
That thing has to be either 22 or 24.
No.
Or 25.
No. Well, don't ever look at the volume on my TV.
Oh gosh, Haley, I'm gonna make sure I leave your TV on like a random multiple. I'm gonna leave it at 27. Just to see if you notice.
That's fine.
27's fine for you?
3 times 9 is 27.
Oh my god, you actually made multiples of 3 like that?
Yes.
Like, oh my god. I'm gonna leave it at like 1 then.
Look, okay, again, if you guys are on YouTube, let us know if you have a thing, whether it has to be even numbers, multiples of a certain number, whatever. Mine is 3, hers is even numbers, 0 or 5.
Yes. Hold up, just random.
Yes.
Okay, Haley's writing on Amber's table with chalk, I presume.
Actually, no, that's a crayon.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll clean it.
It's fine. I'm not worried
But she was trying to grab this candle that was on the table. That's what you're probably hearing, like, knocking and stuff like that. But there's another candle on this table called Black Amber.
Yes, I know. And the wax is black.
No way.
I swear. Wait, is that the one? Is that the one?
It says Black Amber.
Oh, wait, no, I don't think that's the one. No, I lied. This one. Nope, I lied. Where is my black candle? It's something that says oh, maybe it's in the bathroom.
Are you trying to, like, get the frickin' white, light
the black candle? No.
Yeah.
No.
From
I think it
Hocus
must be in the bathroom, honestly. Dude, look at all these candles I like.
Did you know that if you put it in the freezer,
It'll pop out.
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't tried it yet.
Neither have I. That's cool.
I
It
wanna
must be
try
in the bathroom because I did take a bath the other day because I was so sore from the gym.
Man, you fit in a bath? I can't fit in a bath.
I mean, not
boobs
really,
float
but yeah. So do
around,
I want to get my boobs don't get covered. Like, it's very awkward. But look, when you work out the way I work out, and you're so sore, like that nice hot bath is like.
But I can't even stretch my legs. They're
I
like
can't
up
either.
in like a.
Yeah, mine are like slightly
I
bent.
envy those people that have those baths where you could just like literally, it's like a mini pool.
Yeah.
Like a jacuzzi.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want that.
Yes.
I would love for every inch of me to be covered in water. I look at Caleb and Haley and they're in the bathroom just kind of like swimming around in there. I'm like, oh man, the days.
Like, I just want, like, from my chest down to be completely submerged in water.
Exactly.
Like, that's all I ask for.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for.
That's what I want. And I'm like, why do they make tubs so small? Because
I don't know, because the average person is not that
maybe they
short.
just assume that we're gonna grow up and be like, you only need showers.
Probably.
But like,
Probably.
bubble bath.
Yes. They're amazing.
Oh, that sucks though.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm getting hungry. I know you're getting hungry, so we're gonna wrap this up
Yeah, I want food.
and go eat. Thanks for joining us on this bonus episode of Hysterical, and we will catch you guys next time.
Yes, don't stick that in your nose. What is wrong with you, Haley?
Also, we need to prevent this child from, lodging things up her nose.
Exactly.
So. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.